Well, hi again, everybody, and as always, welcome to high school football right here on WOSN when it's Northwest Conference style tonight in Convoy, Ohio at the Crestview Knights Field, located at the Crestview Athletic Complex. My name's John Zerby. Beside me tonight, Mr. Dave Bowen. We got an incredible matchup, Mr. Bowen. The Spencerville Bearcats taking on the Crestview Knights.
You're right, Northwest Conference rivalry, John. It's great to be your wingman tonight. Excited to see how this plays out in week number 9 of high school football.
Crestview Knights come into this game with an overall record of 5-3. They're 3-2 in the Northwest Conference. Cole Harding, first year as a head coach, doing a great job so far, and Bearcats as well. Spencerville, Kyle Koenig into his first season as well. Their record right now is 3-5 with an overall record of in the conference of 1-4. So let's look at some keys for tonight's game. We'll start with the visiting Bearcats, Dave. What do they have to do tonight to come out victorious?
Well, Coach Koenig's group, if Spencerville's going to come away with a W, there's 3 keys I think that are imperative that they meet. First of all, ground and pound. No, this is not Spencerville's yesteryear offense that made Woody Hayes happy with 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but they still want to dominate the ground game. And if they can do that and control tempo and eat up clock time, keep Crestview's offense off the field and grind out third down conversions, they'll be in great shape. No long bombs. They do not want to allow this explosive Crestview offense to get on track. They want to keep the Knight offense in front of them both with the pass and the run. Swarm to the ball is key number 3, and Coach Koenig wants 11 hats swarming to the ball, especially against Crestview's short passing game. Make the receiver hear footsteps after he's been hit by a squad of Spencerville Bearcats. They do these things, execute these keys, the Bearcats will be in business, John.
And they're going to have they're really going to have to be on their A game because Crestview's offense having an incredible season. And Coach Cole Harding comes from a very heralded Van Wert program where he was the offensive coordinator, doing a great job. But what's it going to take for the Knights to continue this success that they've already started this season?
We'll talk about that offense, John. But first and foremost, as far as keys are concerned for Crestview, number 1, they've got to stay disciplined on defense. Yes, the Bearcats will focus on the run, but Crestview has to do an excellent job with their defensive backfield of not falling asleep. They've got to stay disciplined because Spencerville will throw the ball, and they can do it very effectively. They've got to stay locked in. Secondly, Crestview's got to find that rhythm on offense. The 2023 version of offense that Crestview uses simulates the air raid offense of Mike Leach. They like to throw the ball around, but they still want balance. They want that running game and that passing game to be similar as far as full yardage. If the Knights can paint the Picasso on offense with their rhythm, they'll find our third key, which is reacquainting themselves with the end zone. They've played Columbus Grove and Bluffton in the last 2 weeks. They have not dented the scoring column. They've gone 8 quarters without a TD. Getting the offense back on track will be crucial if Crestview is to taste victory tonight.
You know, defense do win championships, but, you know, you do got to source some points to win games, Dave. So you're right. Maybe some points on the scoreboard for the Knights tonight will go a long way in their chances of winning. Well, hey, coming up in just a few moments, it's going to be the kickoff. It's the Spencerville Bearcats. It's the Crestview Knights. It's high school football, and it's right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview Knights Field as we have this Northwest Conference battle tonight between the Spencerville Bearcats taking on the Crestview Knights. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Lonix Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. You can visit them at 1244 South Strandon Street in Van Wert or online at lonix.com. John Zerby here with Dave Bowen tonight. It looks like the Crestview Knights are going to go ahead and receive the kickoff. The Spencerville Bearcats are going to kick off tonight. We got a beautiful 70-degree night in October, Dave. What do you think about that?
70-degree night. Let's keep the rain away. But we do have an easterly wind. We don't very often see this here in Convoy, but it's a good breeze, 15 to 17 miles per hour, straight out of the east. That will have an effect on the game, the passing game especially.
Yeah, especially if it hits, second half or, even the wind as it picks up throughout the game. One thing I'd like to talk about is your field. The field out here is just absolutely beautiful tonight. The painting, the grass, everything looks absolutely gorgeous here at Crestview Knights Field.
And tribute that to our athletic director, Austin Fleming, and his grounds crew, Brian Sheets and Jeff Helm and Doyle Sheets. They do an outstanding job. A lot of pride taken in having the Crestview Athletic Complex and this night football field ready to go tonight.
So the Spencerville Bearcats are going to go ahead and kick off. They come into this game with a 3-5 overall record. They're 1-4 in the Northwest Conference. Carter Orr, the quarterback of the team, is going to go ahead and pooch kick it here. He's going to get a kickoff. The Knights are going to receive it. They're going to go try to get it off to the left here and try to get going, and it's Hunter Jones. Nice return. Gets the Knights started in great field position.
Hunter Jones with the run. Carter Lehman brings him down. We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Catches it on the north side of the field, brings it all the way across, John. Positive yardage. A lot of times you run east and west and don't make much gain out of it. Jones does right there.
Well, great starting field position about the 44-yard line, and this new offense, this high-tempo spread offense that Cole Harding's brought from Van Wert, boy, scored a lot of points this year. And we look at the offensive starters here, and for Crestview, and Bryson Penix, the leader of this offense.
And he hands off right here to Braxton Leith, who finds a hole up the middle, enough for a first down for the Knights. We see the replay again. Crestview wants to establish the running game a little bit, find balance, as we said in our keys to the game. They start off with a nice run by Leith right there.
Yeah, and that's a Lee's famous recipe, first down. And then Crestview will go ahead and reset here on 1st and 10. You've seen them play quite a bit this year, Dave. You know, they're pretty balanced in what they do. It looks like a spread offense, but they do want to run the ball.
And we see it right here again as Leith comes around the left side and running the ball, passing the ball. It doesn't matter what you want to do if you don't have a veteran offensive line, and Crestview does have that. We see the handoff with Leith taking it around the left side right there. Forced out of bounds by number 12 for Spencerville. That's Will Sensible, the freshman.
And a quick strike out to Bo Eggleston out in the flat. And he's going to have nice yardage. He's going to give the Knights another Lee's famous recipe, first down.
We see him with the catch and the run after catch, yards after catch, the yak yardage, if you will, John. Nice play, and Crestview is definitely in rhythm here on their first possession.
Well, no huddle offense. Leith's going to get another carry, and they are just chewing up yards. I think they kind of caught Spencerville by surprise. No huddle, getting after it, and the Spencerville defense hasn't even been ready, hasn't even been set before the play's going on.
Yeah, and it's caught us off guard a little bit too. But yeah, this is the offense that Cole Harding brought to Crestview this year that he ran successfully at Van Wert. Won a state championship with this quick offense, and we're seeing it on full display right now.
Well, that is the second down of the game because they've only had first downs, and so it looks like that they're going to go ahead and have a third down here. Looking at the red zone sponsor tonight, which the Knights are in the red zone. It's Matt's Heating and Cooling out of Spencerville in the red zone, and now it gives it 3rd and short for the Knights.
So you want to get the first down, but Crestview, again, 8 quarters since they've touched the end zone. They'd love to do it right here on this first drive. Penix with the ball.
Well, I like what they did there. They've been going with Leith over and over. Now Penix fakes it to him. He keeps it, but, Coach, this is going to give an interesting 4th down scenario here early in the game, and Coach Harding's going to have a decision he's got to make.
And I think with them running the ball and being successful on this drive, they're going to go for it, and that's how they line up, John.
So this 4th down in the red zone, the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone, they're going to give it to Leith. Leith is going to break through, and he's going to find pay dirt for the Knights. That 8-quarter streak is now over. The Crestview Knights are on the scoreboard. What a nice look on the Layfield replay, and the Knights are finally on the scoreboard, which gets the home fans excited.
A 56-yard, a Leland Smith touchdown right here. Pair it in for the extra point. But a 56-yard drive, very, very quick for Crestview there, John.
And if you're Coach Harding, this is how you want to start. You don't want to, you wanted to get out quick. You wanted to get out and get going, and that is what they have done. And, wow, what a good start on the Laudix scoreboard. It's the Crestview Knights 7 quickly here in the first quarter, and the Spencerville Bearcats 0. We'll have more high school football right after this. We're back at Crestview Knights Field where the Knights are on top of the Bearcats 7-0. Tonight's instant replay sponsor, it's Layfield Industrial Welding and Supplies. With locations in Coldwater and Greenville, Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies. The Crestview Knights get off to a hot start, and Coach Cole Harding's got to feel good about this.
He certainly does. A great way to get things going again after being held scoreless the last 2 weeks. Now it'll be up to Spencerville to hold serve here, and I'm sure they're anxious to get their hands on the ball and come right back at the Knights.
Crestview coming into this game with a 5-3 overall record. They got a winning record in the Northwest Conference with 3-2. The interesting thing is that they've scored about as many points as they've given up. So they've really done a good job. But like you said, the last 8 quarters gone scoreless. It's got to feel good to get on the scoreboard, and now they got to turn around and play some defense.
You're right. Crestview averages 28 points per game. That's 3rd in the conference. Spencerville at 15. That's 7th. And then defensively, Crestview gives up 25. Spencerville 32.
So Hayden Parrott gets him started with a nice kickoff, and this is Dylan Short for the Bearcats. He's going to get a nice break there, and we've seen 2 really good kickoffs and nice starting field position for the Bearcats. Dylan Short giving the Bearcats a nice shot in the arm.
Yeah, Hayden Parrott, the kicker, forces him out of bounds. So just like Crestview, Spencerville's going to start off with great field possession, a short field on the Crestview side of the 50-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 43.
And, you know, Dave, we didn't even really get a chance to talk about the starters because Crestview is going so quickly. So let's look at some of the starters here for Spencerville. Carter Orr is going to start at quarterback, number 7. Carter Lehman and Zach Lozier will be in the backfield. Grady Smith, Dylan Short playing receiver. Kyle Heckman playing tight end tonight. And then the big guys up front, Trevor Whitney, Javier Franco, Gavin Schwartz, Brady Dunnigan, and Josh Schindler. So the Bearcats take it on first down. It's 1st and 10. They're going to give the ball. Looking inside here. And now, boy, what a stiff defense by the Knights. What a nice stop inside there by Bryson Penix.
Penix from the middle linebacker position shoots the gap, and he's got some linemen there to help him out. 3 Crestview Knights. No gain on the play for Spencerville to be 2nd and 10.
And we got a few minutes here, a few seconds here. Let's look at those defensive starters for Crestview.
Yeah, for Crestview, they're senior dominated across the front line. Bo Eggleston at defensive end, Evan Walls at defensive lineman, Connor Sheets also with his hand down, and Ren Sheets on the other side.
So Carter Lehman's going to get this carry, and not a lot of yards, but the good thing here for Spencerville is that although they don't have a lot of yards, they had such great field position, you got to look at 4-down territory here.
You're exactly right there. And to finish off the starters for Crestview, at linebacker, it's Isaac Klein, a senior, Bryson Penix, a junior, Zayden Martin, a junior, and then the defensive backfield at cornerback, it's Kellen Putman. At safety, number 4, Isaiah Barton, number 2, Hunter Jones, and then also at cornerback, Hayden Parrott.
So Spencerville comes out on 3rd and 7 from the 37-yard line. They're going to have a sweep here to Zach Lozier. Lozier cuts it back, gets good yardage, and now we're going to have an interesting play call coming up here. They're past the 50. You'd think Spencerville would go for it, especially this early in the game and being down, but it's 4th down already.
Yeah, they got some positive yardage on that 3rd down play. Close enough that I do believe, Coach Kenny, there's no decision here. They're going to go for it. You're inside your opponent's 35-yard line. They need to control the ball offensively. You don't want to give it back to Crestview this quickly. You want to try and churn this 1st down out. Big 4th down play early on.
So Orr taking the call here. He's going to give the ball to Lozier. Lozier, nice yardage here, gets the 1st down and really gets the Bearcats going in the right direction.
The left side of that offensive line, they create the hole. Number 56, Gavin Schwartz, and number 75 for Spencerville, Caden Goodwin, do a nice job. It's a Spencerville 1st down.
Nice Lee's famous recipe 1st down. It gives the Bearcats a fresh set of downs inside the Knights territory, and it's going to bring up a first set of downs here. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats, down 7-0, and it's going to be Zach Lozier once again.
No gain on that play. Bo Eggleston comes in from the left side, gets him from behind along with some linemen there. There's Penix again and Connor Sheets. No gain for Spencerville.
You know, I coached against Crestview a long time, and I will tell you this. I just feel like they always had tremendously tough defensive linemen. I mean, these guys were built and put together, and it looks like the same thing here out of Crestview again this season.
And I would agree with that, but I would also counter-serve that, feel the same way about the Spencerville big guys.
Lozier is going to get the carry again, and it is some tough yards as Lozier gets it inside the 30-yard line. It's going to make it 3rd and 5 here on the 19-yard line, and they've now got into the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone.
And obviously you'd like to get the 1st down here, but the main thing I think Coach Kenning wants to see is positive yardage. Give his team either the 1st down or a short 4th down situation where, again, I think we'll see them go for it.
It's the first time you'll see Carter Orr in the shotgun formation. He's going to go ahead and motion a man behind him. That is Will Sensabaugh, the freshman, and he's going to be stuffed inside in short yardage, and now it's going to be a critical 4th down call. Great stop by the Crestview Knights.
Yeah, the jet sweep there to Sensabaugh. The freshman meets the senior-dominated defensive line. No gain, 4th and 5. Some personnel changes for Spencerville. What are they thinking, John?
Well, I think they're going to go ahead and try to kick a field goal. It's Carter Orr, the quarterback. It looks like they're lining up in the field goal formation, and it looks like they're going to give it a shot. They've got the wind. You know, they may not have that the whole game, so Carter Orr showing that he's got a strong foot.
Well, they're actually going right into the wind. I think Crestview's got to be prepared for a fake, but let's see what happens. Oh, that ball hit a wall.
Okay, that ball hit a wall. So you were correct on the wind direction. It probably would be a good idea to look at the flag to see which way it is blowing, but great stop by the Knights there. And, you know, one player I'm watching here on the defense is Zayden Martin. What a nice job. He's only 5'10", 165, a junior on that Crestview in that Crestview linebacking core. But, man, what a great job of stopping that 3rd down play and really forcing the Bearcats to have to kick that field goal.
Zayden Martin, it's interesting you bring him up. He is a young man that has been one of the most improved players on this Crestview squad this year, John, and he's earned a starting position. Did not start at the beginning of the year, just pure football. He's a young man.
Yeah.
He's quiet around the school, works hard in the classroom, and just loves the game.
So Leith will go ahead and get things started once again. A nice gain for the Crestview Knights. Leith has 121 carries this year for almost 700 yards. He's at about 645. And once again, this quick turnaround for the Crestview Knights, they're going to move the ball quickly. Penix gets it out.
That's Hunter Jones with the catch, and then he's taken down by a host of Bearcats led by number 26, Carter Lehman. We see the replay, but this is, again, that quick offense, that air raid mentality offense. We want to get the ball, get it marked, get it snapped, keep attacking the defense, keep them off balance, get the defense on its heels.
So Penix on 3rd down gives it inside here. And a nice looking carry there. Isaac Klein going to get the first down, the Lee's famous recipe first down for the Knights. And this is a quick hurry-up offense. Isaac Klein, I've heard that Klein name around here for a long time, and another good Klein playing here for the Knights.
Yeah, Isaac Klein plays defense and offense, goes both ways for Crestview. There's a pass to Eggleston coming around the left side. He's the leading receiver for Crestview out of the tight end position. And Penix knows to go where his bread is buttered. Bo Eggleston with a nice reception there.
Yeah, Bo Eggleston gets out there, gets positive yardage. Another Lee's famous recipe first down. And I'll tell you can't take a breath, and Crestview is up and running a play.
Air raid offense or basketball on grass, whatever you want to go with, John. But it's quick and fast and furious.
So Klein will get another carry there. Isaac Klein, a nice short stop for the Bearcats. And, you know, I'll tell you, one of the things that, you know, when you face a defense like this or an offense like this is it's tough to get in the spread, but there's no time for substitutions right now.
Nope.
It is just keep the guys out there and line up.
Yep, Josh Schindler with the tackle on that last play.
Penix will get the opportunity to throw the ball, and he'll throw the ball down the field. He's going to be covered by the Bearcats, and the Knights wanted Hunter Jones wanted a flag there, covered by Dylan Short, but that's going to bring up a big 3rd down just past the 50 for the Knights.
And again, Crestview has the wind at their backs right here in the first quarter, so definitely trying to run as many plays on offense as they can while they have the wind advantage.
Crestview up 7-0 over Spencerville on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's gone quickly, and the Knights come here with 3rd and 8 from their 49-yard line. Penix calling out the signals. He's going to give it inside. What a nice carry. It's Klein once again, and Klein's going to go ahead and get big yardage, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And I think we'll see Crestview go for it, even though they're close to midfield. Klein with the carry. You're going to ride the back of this senior line. Let's see what they do with 4th and 3 to go.
So on that Layfeld Industrial Welding replay, we've seen what a nice fall forward by Isaac Klein, and Bryson Penix looking at Cole Harding, getting the call, trying to mix it up here, maybe changing a call. And they're going to change the formation here a little bit. This is the other tough thing as a coach is when they're changing the play from the sideline. It's really difficult for the defense to get adjusted. 4th down, Penix, he's going to roll to his right. He's looking, and he's going to overshoot his receiver, and that is going to be a big stop for the for the Spencerville Bearcats.
Huge stop for the Bearcats as the ball sails wide of everyone, and Spencerville's going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. Great defensive stand by the Bearcats.
And so it will be a Lee's Famous Recipe first down for the Bearcats. And I don't know about you, Dave, but Lee's Famous Recipe is in my nose right now. I mean, and I'm telling you, it makes me want to do something at halftime with some chicken.
We got some goodies up here in the press box, but the way this game's going, we don't dare take a bite of anything because it's happening. Now, again, Spencerville, their tempo is going to be a little slower. They want to chew up some clock and keep the ball moving forward. Here we go.
Zach Lozier is going to get the carry and inside, and he is fighting for yardage. But, wow, what a great swarm of defenders for the Knights getting a good stop, and that's going to bring up second down.
We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. He bounces off a couple defenders and then gets taken down by a swarm of Knights led by Hayden Parrott and Bo Eggleston. I like his tenacity there, though. Lozier trying to find some yardage. 3 hard-earned yards.
It's interesting, Bo Eggleston, I'm looking at him as a slot receiver, but he's also a defensive end. You don't see that happen much, but nice athletic ability by Eggleston. They're going to run a midline option here to Carter Lehman, and boy, the Crestview Knights, that tough defensive line of Eggleston, Wall, Sheets, and Sheets just stuffed it.
Sounds like a law firm right there.
So that's going to bring up a third down for the Spencerville Bearcats, and it's going to be – they're a run team. They're a run team. They want to run the football, but they will have to throw the football at times, and this is a situation where Coach Kyle Koenig looks like he's going to throw the football. It's Carter Orr. He's looking deep, and the Crestview Knights back in the backfield. I see Isaac Klein back there first getting a big stop, and you can see it on the Layfield Industrial Welding Supplies replay. What a big stop for the Knights.
Isaac Klein comes off the left edge unblocked, attacks the quarterback and takes him down. One Carter Orr.
So the Spencerville Bearcats will be in punt formation, kicking against the wind this time around. And looking like the Crestview Knights going to get good field position to have Hunter Jones back deep. He's the sole returner. Orr is going to kick it. It's low. It's going to bounce. Jones is just going to let this one roll, and Dylan Short's going to go ahead and down the ball for the Knights, and that's going to give the Crestview Knights a fresh set of first downs here. Change of possession.
So the third possession for the Knights about to begin. They're on their own 38-yard line. And as we said earlier, John, the action, it's been fast and furious. Only one touchdown thus far, but a lot of plays both ways. Both teams really stepping up here early. It's been a fun game.
You know, and I said earlier this is a healthy rivalry. And I say that because I wouldn't say that Spencerville and Crestview look at each other as their main rival typically, but it's always been intense. Like when these two schools go at it, you always see that intensity, and you're seeing that tonight.
Most definitely. Crestview again looking to run the ball here on first down. They break out of it.
That's a nice job there by Zayden Martin, who's finally getting some carries. We've seen lots of guys carrying the ball tonight. We've seen Klein, we've seen Leith, and now Zayden Martin getting his chance to show what he's got.
Yeah, Coach Harding keeping his running back stable fresh, going to his third running back thus far in the game.
So Martin getting another carry. He's going off tackle on the right side. He's going to pick up that Lee's Famous Recipe first down. Still on his feet, almost to midfield. And what a great run, picking up a fresh set of downs for the Knights.
We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay around the right side. Following that offensive line, let's try and get those guys mentioned here. Caden Wolford, your center, right guard Preston Crasher, right tackle Connor Sheets, left guard Evan Walls, and left tackle Garrett Yinger.
Penix fakes it to Martin here. He's going to throw a ball out in the flat, and boy, he's got Bo Eggleston there, and he is making some yardage, and that's going to be another Lee's Famous Recipe first down.
An explosive offensive play for Crestview. Just a little rollout, but the tight end Eggleston comes across, a la the old Michigan play where the quarterback rolls out, and here comes the tight end. They make a lot of yardage on it, and that's that explosive play that Spencerville's trying to keep from happening.
Zayden Martin, like you just mentioned, that offensive line making massive holes for Martin. Martin still on his feet, gets another first down, and boy, what a great run by Zayden Martin.
Again, great blocking on the right side, doesn't get touched, going through the line of scrimmage, and then makes one guy missed and shoved out of bounds by number 54, Josh Schindler. A great play for Crestview's offense.
So another Lee's Famous Recipe first down. Martin running inside. Nice looking play, nice looking tackle by Trevor Whitney for the Bearcats. And believe it or not, Coach, this is going to be the end of the first quarter. It felt like a sprint.
It definitely felt like a sprint, and right now, Spencerville, the defense, they need this break to catch their breath a little bit. A lot of hands on hips out there, John.
So as we looked at the Layfeld Industrial Welding replay, we're going to go ahead and take a timeout. It's here in Convoy. We're on the Loudix scoreboard. It's the Crestview Knights 7 and the Spencerville Bearcats 0. You're watching high school football right here on WOSN. Back at Crestview Knights Field, it's the Knights 7 and the Bearcats 0. And we're going to go ahead and look at the premier sponsor for tonight for Crestview, Carey Insurance. It's for the premier sponsor for the Crestview Knights in Grover Hill. You can stop or call by, and we can assist you in all of your insurance needs. That is Carey Insurance in Grover Hill. And as we look at this score right now, Dave Bowen, we're starting now in the second quarter. The Crestview Knights marching down the field, knocking on the door of another score.
Knocking on the door. They are in the red zone. They're on the 15-yard line. There's a drop, though.
And Penix throws a nice screen pass to Eggleston, Bo Eggleston. We've just seen a real good gain out of him on the Layfeld Industrial Welding replay, and it looks like maybe he was just looking up field at that end zone before he brought the ball in.
Yeah, trying to do the yak thing before you have that ball with the points on it in your hands, and unfortunately you can't get anything.
Yeah, they are in the Matt's heating and cooling red zone. And Bo Eggleston, one of the things he's done this year is he's led the team in receiving. He's got 403 yards on 31 catches. He's trying to add to those 5 touchdowns and get number 6 this year. It's Bryson Penix on 3rd and 8. And it's going to be an option here. Oh, a nice shovel pass inside to Eggleston and really well covered by the Bearcats. That's Grady Smith for the Bearcats, and it's going to be a big 4th down here in the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone.
Yeah, and we see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. A nice play. That's a fun play to run down there in the red zone. We see a lot of college teams do that. And not a whole lot of negatives can happen. If you drop the ball, it's an incomplete. It's not a fumble or anything. They do pick up positive yardage there, about 5 yards on the play, to make it a manageable 4th down and 3 yards.
You know, back in the 80s, they ran a lot of triple option, and you would option backwards. I think somebody's figured out that if you option forward, then it's an incomplete pass if they drop it. 4th and 3 for the Knights, a big 4th down, and it's going to be a run here on the outside. What a nice job there by the Crestview Knights and that Zayden Martin. It's going to be close here on the Layfeld Industrial Welding Supplies replay. Carter Lehman's tried to get the first down, and I think he got it there.
He got it, but he paid for it. That's one of the keys for Spencerville. Swarmed to the ball, and they had a lot of black hats right there. Looks like we're getting a measurement.
Yeah, I was looking here and running here on the Lee's famous recipe first down. Zayden Martin did a really good job because I think at any time he could have went down, but he kept his balance. But like you said, Spencerville did a really nice job of pushing him out right at the down marker to force a measurement here.
And you don't see many measurements anymore, and they did not get it, so it's going to be Spencerville football.
Well, that's kind of a surprise. It looked like he got it, but the officials talked it over and maybe got a quick measurement or just maybe a quick conversation, and that's going to be a big turnover on downs.
And it's a great time to share our officials. We haven't been able to do that again because of all the action. Our referee is Anthony Hattery, umpire Todd Clark, a linesman is Brent Rulin, line judge Michael Lampton, and our back judge is Dick Anderson.
Good officials. I'll tell you, these guys do a lot of different sports. I've worked with these guys before. Really good officiating crew, and I'm sure that they got together and talked about it and got it correct. So the Spencerville Bearcats get the ball on their own 6-yard line on the downs, turnover on downs, and it's Zach Lozier. They like this sweep with Lozier, and he's just not a lot there from the stiff Crestview defense.
Yeah, organized chaos. Nothing there for Lozier. And again, Crestview takes him down right at the line of scrimmage, make it 2nd down and 10.
And so we've seen a healthy dose. We talked a little bit in the pregame about how Spencer wants to ground and pound, and they do. They have to do that. But right now the pounding is coming from the Crestview Knights.
It is, but with the wind at their back now, maybe Coach Canning opens things up a little bit. See if they are in the I formation again here. So, again, that's a dominant run offense, but you can go with play action. Let's see what we get. Nope, we're going with the tailback.
Zach Lozier doing a really good job of reading his blocks, making a good cut for yardage there, and that's going to give them a much more manageable 3rd down. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Bearcats.
So a big play here early on in the second quarter. The tackle right there by Liam Putman. 3rd and a 1-yard distance to try and gain the line of gain, if you will, John.
So 3rd and 1, a big call here. We're going to see that I formation once again, a double tight end I formation. Lozier in the backfield or taking the signal. They're going to run the inside midline play, and what a big stop by that defensive line once again of the Crestview Knights. We talked about the size and the strength, and they showed it right there.
Yeah, on the Layfield Industrial and Supply replay, you see the posse of Knights taking down the running back behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down. Yeah, I think Spencerville's got to look to punt here.
I think in this situation you have to punt, and Coach Kyle Koenig is calling his punt team out here. And boy, what a great stop by Crestview. You know, you get down there in the Matt's heating and cooling red zone. You think you got the first down. You have the momentum, and then you have that turn of events. They don't allow Spencerville to get the momentum back, and they're going to have good field position here. Carter Orr going to get the punt off. He's got the wind to his back, and he gets a beauty off. Wow, what a punt for Carter Orr. He kicked that one from his 16-yard line, and that ball is going to end up at the 10. And, boy, this opportunity here from Hunter Jones, he's going to try to get a run in here, but Grady Smith says no, and now has great field position for the Bearcats.
That math is too complicated for me to figure out, John. That was a beautiful punt with the wind at your back. That's going to increase Carter Orr's average. Comes into the game at about right at 40 yards per punt, leading the Northwest Conference in that category. That punt did nothing but help his average, that's for sure.
I was not a math teacher, so I'm not going to even attempt it so we don't get any letters or anything like that. But
yeah.
I'm just going to say that was a really, really long punt, okay? On the Lodex scoreboard, we have the Crestview Knights on top of the Spencerville Bearcats 7-0 here early in the second quarter in this Northwest Conference matchup from Convoy, Ohio, and it's Bryson Penix calling the shots for Coach Cole Harding in this hurry-up offense. Penix gives the ball. He's got it inside here. A nice gain for the Knights. Not much there this time. A nice stop for the Spencerville Bearcats.
Yeah, number 54, Josh Schindler on the tackle of Braxton Leith. Basically a 2-yard gain there, brings up 2nd down and 8. You know, another thing we haven't talked about because we haven't had the opportunity, but the playoff implications of this game. And we got a play coming off here from the line of scrimmage. We'll come back to that.
A quick screen to Eggleston. Eggleston, boy, you can see the speed here and the size and the strength, and that's going to be a Lee's famous recipe. 1st down for the Knights, and boy, that's a shot in the arm that they needed.
Yeah, Penix goes to his main receiver, Bo Eggleston. He's been there all year, catches it, and moves forward this time. A big game for the Knights, and they're right back on the line of scrimmage.
And there's going to be a penalty here, going to be a stoppage of play, and it looks like they're going to have a timeout for the Crestview Knights. And it looks like it's going to be for the Spencerville Bearcats. So we're going to take a timeout here as well on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. It's the Crestview Knights on top of the Spencerville Bearcats here in the second quarter on WOSN. Welcome back to Crestview Field, where the Crestview Knights are on top of the Bearcats 7-0. We just took a Metzger Financial Service timeout. They are brought to you tonight. All the timeouts are going to be brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan for your financial future. You can call 419-225-6067, MetzgerFinancialServices.com. The Crestview Knights on 1st down here from their 39-yard line after Bo Eggleston gets a great play here. Now it's going to be a play action back to Eggleston. He's going to get another Lee's famous recipes 1st down. And boy, now we got the momentum rolling for the Knights.
So Crestview going with the short passing game into the wind. Eggleston takes advantage of that opportunity to catch the ball. And again, nice yak yardage there, John.
Well, you've got Sheets, you have all kinds of Klein, you have Martin, you have Braxton Leith, and now you're throwing the ball to Eggleston. You see Braxton Leith there getting another Lee's famous recipe 1st down. The Knights really have things rolling.
They do. That rhythm that they needed to reestablish has happened here in the first half. Nice balance between the running and the passing game, really making the heads of the Spencerville defense spin.
And once again, that swing pass to Eggleston's going to get out in the flat. Nice gain there. Tackle by Lozier and Grady Smith, as you see on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. But this quick offense, you can see Spencerville starting to feel a little bit of the gas on defense.
And that is one of the weapons or one of the pieces that Coach Harding wants to have happen. Get the defense on its heels, and that's happened right now.
Leith carries inside, and a nice defensive stop for the Bearcats. That's Trevor Whitney, number 75. Big Trevor Whitney, a junior, getting a nice stop there and finally getting the Bearcats a little bit of a break here on defense.
So it's third down here. Another thing that Coach Harding has got to be really happy with is Crestview has not had a penalty. They are last in the league at penalties per game, and thus far they've been air-free in that category.
And here's Braxton Leith once again getting through the line. He's still on his feet. He's still down the sideline and finally drug out of bounds after he got into the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone. We see it here on the Layfield replay. Leith, look at this run, Dave Bowen.
Yes, he dances down the sideline. If you're Keith Jackson, he's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, and then gets taken out of bounds by number 20, Reggie Jones.
And quickly the Knights are to the line on the 5-yard line, and they're going to quickly run a play back to Leith. Leith trying to find the end zone. He's met initially by a host of defenders, and now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone.
Yeah, we see the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Leith right up the middle. Nice stop by the Spencerville defensive line.
You can see Spencerville players still getting up off the line of scrimmage there. That's Javier Franco getting up a little gingerly, but the Knights are already back to the line of scrimmage, ready for a play. 2nd and goal for the Knights inside the 5-yard line. It's Leith. Leith breaks a tackle, and there's no one there. Braxton Leith gets on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard, and that pushes the Crestview Knights lead to 13-0.
Yeah, you just got to tip your cap to the offensive line right there, John. That was big enough that you or I could have trotted through that. I'm not going to say run. We might have been able to trot through that one. Kudos to the Crestview big boys on the front line.
What a great play by Braxton Leith, and he gets the Leland Smith Insurance touchdown tonight, which allows the Crestview Knights to go on top of the Bearcats by 13 here, and now they're going to have an opportunity for Hayden Parrott to get a kickoff, and we got a penalty. It looks like he got it. Okay, it looked like there was a penalty, but he went ahead and converted that. That pushes this Crestview Knights lead on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard to 14-0 here in Convoy, Ohio, and we'll be back with more football right after this. Back at Crestview Knights Field, it's the Crestview Knights 14, the Spencerville Bearcats 0. Our first down sponsor tonight is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Walpock, Delphus, and St. Mary's. You can call Lee's for all of your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Boy, Dave Bowen, the Crestview Knights have looked impressive on offense.
They have resurrected themselves from the last 2 weeks. That was a 91-yard drive from their own 9-yard line into the wind, really putting the pressure on that Spencerville defense.
And so Parrott's going to go ahead and get a kickoff here. Nice squib kick by Hayden Parrott, and the Crestview Knights cover it well. That was not the return that the Spencerville Bearcats wanted. Reggie Jones goes ahead and recovers the fumble, and at this point there is no kickoff return set up.
A nice tackle there by Crestview's number 53, Aiden Martin, the twin brother of number 20, Zayden Martin.
So Spencerville now down 14. They're in a running offense. This almost forces you to kind of change some things, to look at what you're doing. And they got a young team, no doubt. They got a young team. They've made massive improvements from a year ago. Coach Kyle Koenig in his first season doing a great job, but now you're going to see them down 14, and maybe the play calling change a little bit here.
And that young team, the data backs it up. They start one senior on offense, one senior on defense. And, again, those young boys, they've grown up this year, but they're being tested right now. We see the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. A nice run right up the middle by number 26, that senior, Carter Lehman.
And Carter Lehman getting a nice gain there. Carter Orr, junior quarterback, has done a nice job of leading these Bearcats this season. In his first season as a starting quarterback. It's 2nd and 5. He's going to go ahead and give it back to Lehman. Lehman makes a nice cut. He's going to make a nice cut against the grain, but boy, I love the way the Crestview Knights, you know what I've seen from Crestview tonight on the Layfield Industrial Welding Supplies replay here, you don't just have one guy tackling, you have a host of guys. The guys flying to the football.
And they've been allowed to put everybody in the box right now. Again, Spencerville is running the ball predominantly, and I think Coach Koenig's got to think about opening up a little bit and try and stretch that and spread that Crestview defense out a little bit.
Well, the Spencerville Bearcats get the Lee's Famous and Recipe first down. The ball's on the 32-yard line. They're down 14-0, but here you go. Carter Orr going to give it a shot. He's looking downfield, and we're going to get a flag. He's looking for Nate Coulter, who's the leading rusher for the Bearcats, playing receiver, but we're going to get a flag here.
I think we're going to see our first penalty of the game, and it's going to be defensive holding, I believe, against Crestview.
And you talked about that earlier, just, two new coaches, two young teams that I feel like are on the upswing, like they've really improved, but clean football. I mean, that is well-coached football so far.
Yeah, clean football. Spencerville, they're second best in the league as far as having penalties. They only average 21 yards a game. Crestview, as we said, last in the league. They give up 52 free yards a game to the opponent. This is their first penalty of the game. Coach Harding not happy with the penalty in and of itself, but overall they've done a nice job keeping the yellow hanky from being flown.
So Carter Orr is going to give it to Carter Lehman, and boy, this is a nice push by this offensive line, and Carter Lehman gets good yardage there just past the 50-yard line.
We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. I think we got to rename this right here where everybody's together. That needs to become the rugby run or something, the rugby scrum run. I don't know, but you're seeing that at the NFL level now, and it used to be back in the day you could not help the running back.
Right.
Now they're allowing it, and I've heard on the talk shows at the NFL level, at the ESPN level, they're talking about, well, maybe we need to get rid of this. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
I like it, and here's why. It tells guys to keep playing until that whistle. And guys don't stop. They get in there, they push, and unless you start seeing massive injuries from it, then I think you allow it. The Bearcats, second down. Zach Lozier gets the first down. He's going to put the ball into night territory, gives the Bearcats a Lee's Famous Recipe first down.
And the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay goes off the left side of his lineman. Yep, the Layfield famous, excuse me, so many sponsors. Layfield Industrial Supplies replay. My mistake there, John.
I tell you can't take a breath during this game. It is quick. The plays are going. If you're a fan tonight, though, you've got to love this style of football. I mean, this is up and down the field. First down for the Bearcats. Carter Orr gives it to Carter Lehman, and they're going to just keep chewing away yardage. And I'll tell you, if you're the Spencerville Bearcats, the last thing you want to see right now is the Crestview Knights offense.
Yeah.
And by running the ball, what they're doing is keeping them off the field.
Trying to serve fair play as far as make that Crestview defense get a little tired out there right now and keep munching away. It feels like it's 28-0, but you're only down 2 touchdowns. You put the ball in the end zone right now, you're right there where you want to be.
And I think Spencerville's played a clean half. Crestview just off to such a hot start offensively. It's Carter Orr giving the ball to Zach Lozier. And, boy, what a great stop by that defensive line for the Crestview Knights. And that name again, Zayden Martin, that linebacker, in there making big plays for the Knights.
Yeah, and Evan Walls, number 68, he makes initial contact as well, as we see it there on the Layfield Industrial Supply replay.
So that brings up 3rd and long for the Bearcats, and they're past the 50 into night territory, down 14. You'd have to think that they would go for it here if 4th down would approach, especially under 3 minutes on the Allotics Jewelry scoreboard. Time is ticking for the Bearcats. 3rd and 9. Carter Orr in the shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He's feeling the pressure. He's going to scramble. Orr takes it himself, keeps it, and he's brought down by the Crestview Knights. Nice stop for the Knights. Hunter Jones coming up making a big play.
Yeah, the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay right here. Nice play by Klein to bring him down. Big decision here for Spencerville, and we have an injured player.
So we have an injury timeout right now. Our timeout sponsor tonight is Metzger Financial Services. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout here as well. It's Crestview 14. It's Spencerville 0 on WSN. Back at Crestview Knights Field, it's the Crestview Knights 14, the Spencerville Bearcats 0. Our touchdown sponsor tonight, Leland Smith Insurance Services. You can call us for all of your insurance needs. Carter Orr, the quarterback of the Bearcats, went down, making the Bearcats go into 4th down situation here, and they have elected to punt past the 50 and maybe just to give Crestview the opportunity deep in their territory to make them drive the entire field.
And with your quarterback being hurt, great decision by Coach Canning here to push the ball. Great punt right there inside the 5-yard line.
Nate Coulter stepping in for Carter Orr, the regular punter, and that's a good decision. To me, that's good coaching that you're going to make these Crestview Knights, who they play at a fast pace anyway, go the distance of the field, and they've got the ball now on their 1-yard line, and now they're going to have to go 99 yards for a touchdown, Dave.
That's the positive. They're on the 1-yard line. The negative, if you're a Spencerville Bearcat fan, their last drive, they started on the 9 and scored, and with this high-tempo offense, 2:02, and they have all 3 timeouts left. It's an eternity right now if Crestview gets the ball moving.
Carter Orr, not only the quarterback, one of the defensive starters, he's out, and this is Braxton Leith. Leith, boy, he is rumbling and tumbling and gets a great gain for a Lee's Famous Recipe first down.
And we see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Leith with the run. We've seen Crestview use 3 different running backs, and Leith started, and Leith is saying right now, I need to be number 1. I need to be out here. Good competition within the family.
Leith fakes it here. Penix, he's going to throw it deep here. Nice opportunity, and it looks like he's going to make a great catch. Wow, what a fantastic catch by Kellen Putman, and that's going to give the Knights another Lee's Famous and Recipe chicken first down.
Here they come. They've only used 19 seconds, and they've gained 28 yards already.
Bubble screen to Bo Eggleston. We've been calling this play a lot. Eggleston's going to get out of bounds. The first down again. Clock's going to stop. And, boy, this drive is going well for the Knights.
This is what Coach Harding, this is his stamp on the offense right now. An offense that Crestview has not run. You know the offenses that Crestview's done.
That's right.
They've ran the ball, and it's taken some transition time, but it is in full display right now.
And it is Braxton Leith once again. He's on the outside, and Dave, he might have an opportunity to go here. Braxton Leith almost breaks it, but Nate Coulter stops it, and now the Knights are in Bearcat territory.
Here's the replay going off the right side of that offensive line. Leith does not get touched until Coulter shoves him out of bounds.
And that is a Lee's Famous Recipe first down. They are driving, and Dave, it's only been 32 seconds. I mean, they are just flying down the field. Penix going to run the option. No, it's that shovel pass we seen earlier to Bo Eggleston. Eggleston still on his feet. He's rumbling, and he is driving the field. Josh Schindler finally brings him down, but that's going to put the Knights in the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone with a Lee's Famous Recipe first down.
And the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay, Eggleston carrying bodies with him. It's not that those guys aren't strong enough. It's just that they've been out there tackling number 25 over and over and over again.
Bryson Penix calling the signals. He's going to get the handoff to Leith. Leith around the right side. He's not going to be touched, Dave. And that is going to be a Lodex Jewelry touchdown, a Leland Smith touchdown. Leland Insurance Smith. That's going to take it on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard, 20-0, Crestview Knights.
As you said, Leith goes around the right side, untouched to increase the lead, as you said, to 20-0. What a drive in a short amount of time, 99 yards.
Dave, that was under a minute.
Yes.
I mean, I need an oxygen tank up here. I mean, I'm not kidding you. They are flying tonight. Boy, the Crestview Knights have got to feel it. Getting that Leland Smith touchdown, pushing this lead here to maybe 21. Hayden Parrott's going to get the opportunity here on the extra point, and it is good. And that gives the Crestview Knights a big lead on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. Crestview going in here. Now we got a flag. Looks like they're going to have a penalty on Crestview, which gives them the opportunity here to have to go back and redo this thing here.
So it's going to back them up a little bit. And again, they are kicking into the wind in this direction.
Boy, everything looked good. I mean, everything was rolling. The extra point went up and good, and now it's going to move him back. It's going to give Hayden Parrott another opportunity here into the wind. Still should have the distance here, but he's going to give him another shot.
So it's going to be a 25-yard attempt.
Plenty of leg, and he is going to get it this time, and that is good. There is no flags. We are good to go on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. It is the Crestview Knights in command of this game, 21-0 over the Spencerville Bearcats. We'll come back with more second quarter action right here on WOSN. We are back here at Crestview Knights Field with the Crestview Knights in command of this game. The Red Zone sponsor tonight is Matt's Heating and Cooling. It is your home energy efficient zone. Call Matt's Heating and Cooling, or you can go to callmattsheating.com to schedule your free estimate. Tonight's Red Zone sponsor, Matt Heating and Cooling, and believe me, Matt's Heating and Cooling is where I go at my home because they've had to come several times, and Matt does an awesome job. Matt Goki and friends doing an awesome job on the Matt's Heating and Cooling Red Zone. Who else is doing an awesome job tonight? That's the Crestview Knights and that offense. Boy, they are rolling. And, a lot can be said about the Crestview offense, but, boy, I'm impressed with the Crestview defense, too.
They have done a nice job keeping Spencerville contained here in the first half. And One thing I want to mention, we've talked about the last 2 games with Crestview and their struggles against Bluffton and Columbus Grove. Spencerville, they're coming off a really good victory against Ada, 35-14. It snapped a 5-game losing streak.
So Parrott's going to go ahead and squib kick it, as we see it on the Layfeld replay here, and they're going to have when you get those squib kicks into the wind, it really messes up the entire return. And now Spencerville, with just 1 minute to go here in the second quarter, I don't think they deviate from what they've done so far.
And here's my question. Put your coaching hat on, John. You're Coach Harding, 108. You've got all 3 timeouts left. If you stop Spencerville right away here for no gain, do you start burning those timeouts and try and get it back? And with this offense, see what you can do?
Well, I think that, like you've said, they come into this game, they haven't scored in a couple weeks. They're having some playoff implications. They got a big game against Lipsick next week. They really want to get to that 6 wins. I think you do. I think you use all timeouts. Even if you have the opportunity to kick a field goal, you put yourself in position here to get another score before the half. Spencerville comes to the line. Grady Smith will take over for Carter Orr. This is Zach Lozier. Lozier carrying the ball, gets good yardage on first down, and that's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, real good yardage here as we see the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. The offensive line does a nice job on that particular play. He doesn't get touched until he's 6 yards down the field and ends up with a 2nd and short. And if you're Crestview now, I don't think you use the timeouts.
Yeah, I really thought they would use the Metzger Financial Services timeout there, but they did not. They're going to let the clock run. They feel good about what they've done this half at this 21-0 lead. And so Spencerville will now have a 2nd and short right before the quarter will run out before halftime. Grady Smith calling the shots now. Smith under center. 2nd and 1 on the 38. He's going to give the ball to Carter Lehman. Lehman plunges ahead, and it looks like he has just enough for the Lee's famous recipe first down.
Real nice shot of the replay here again. And, yeah, first down for Spencerville. Might be saying, why isn't Spencerville using timeouts? I think it's a situation with your quarterback hurt now. See where you're at halftime. Not saying you're circling the wagons at all, John,
Sure.
but you just need to get into halftime and reestablish and come out in the third quarter ready to roll.
And that's where we'll be next. We'll be here in the third quarter, and here me and Dave Bowen will be ready to roll as well. It's Crestview doing everything that they wanted to do tonight on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. The Crestview Knights in command of this game, 21, the Spencerville Bearcats 0. We'll have more high school football here next on WOSN. We're back here at Crestview Knights Field, where the Crestview Knights are all over the Spencerville Bearcats right now, 21-0 going into the third quarter. John Zerby and Dave Bowen here. And Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about our premier sponsor for Crestview tonight?
Yeah, our premier sponsor, Carey Insurance. Sponsoring us, Carey Insurance from Grover Hill. Call or stop by so we can assist you with all of your insurance needs. The owner of Carey Insurance, one Crestview alumnus in Randy Carey, 1992 grad. Played hoops, had the opportunity to coach Randy at that time. 6'2", but had some hops. He could dunk like crazy, John.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like, so that's great for him. Appreciate the sponsorship as well. And as we take a look at the score tonight, Dave, tell us a little bit. We kind of revisit. We talked about some of the keys early in the game, but just talk a little bit about what's transpired and what's going to happen here in the second half.
Yeah, the keys, as we said, Crestview has been able to find that rhythm. That's been the overwhelming piece that we've noticed in the first half. They have 21 points on the board, and their offense, high-octane offense, on full display. Not that Spencerville's not battling, because
Sure.
they are, but just that offense, they're just coming at them, and we've noticed how the Spencerville defense has tired a little bit during the first half. 2 total penalties in the first half. That's been a very clean half. No turnovers for either team, and Spencerville's going to get the ball first here and see if they can get things established. We'll see if Carter Orr is able to come back on the field, or if it's going to be Grady Smith leading the Bearcat offense.
So Hayden Parrott's going to get the kickoff here, and he does have the wind to his back, and the ball's going to fall off the tee, so he's going to reset it here. Now, one of the things that we kind of said at halftime when everybody was quiet was the R word. It's everybody's loading up on the coats and the wind, and so we haven't seen it yet, but it could be interesting to come here in the second half if we start to see the wet stuff fly. So Parrott's going to have the wind to his back, and boy, no chance for Dylan Short to return it there, so it's going to come back for a touchback, and now the Spencerville Bearcats will bring their offense on the field, and it looks like we're going to take a peek to see who's out there playing quarterback tonight. I do see Carter Orr on that sideline. Is it going to be Grady Smith, Carter Orr? And it looks like Grady Smith's going to start us out.
So we hope that Carter Orr, nothing too serious, we don't want to speculate, but as you said, Grady Smith's going to lead the offense here beginning the second half for Spencerville.
And one of the things I've noticed about the Spencerville offense is a little bit hampered. Nate Coulter, their leading rusher, been dinged up quite a bit this year. Playing receiver tonight, not a lot of carries in the backfield. It's been Zach Lozier who's done an awesome job filling in for him.
Spencerville in the I formation.
So first down for the Bearcats on their 20-yard line. It's going to be Lozier. We talked about him a little bit ago, and I'm just going to keep talking about this Crestview Knight defense, especially the two guys in the middle, Eggleston, Walls, and then the guys on the ends, both Sheets. I'm just so impressed by this defensive line. They just get after it.
And the defensive coordinator for Crestview, one Jake Harmon, he's got to be real proud of how his defense has stepped up here in the first half. And on that first play, same song, second verse to begin the third quarter.
Spencerville wanting to run the ball. I like what you said before the game, ground and pound. They've tried to establish that. They've been able to get first downs, just not enough to get on the Loddock scoreboard tonight. 2nd and 6 for the Bearcats. It's Grady Smith. Smith's going to give it to Carter Lehman. Carter Lehman, boy, he runs into a pile. Evan Walls, I'm telling you, he was right there along with Bo Eggleston, and boy, what a nice stop there for the Knights.
The Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Evan Walls, the wall at the line of scrimmage. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And now Spencerville with their backup quarterback, Grady Smith. Played a lot of quarterback growing up, so he's familiar with this position, but coming in for Carter Orr, who's taken the majority of the snaps this season. Now they're in a crucial 3rd and 5 situation, passing down here. I formation, Grady Smith. Zach Lozier in the backfield. He gets the toss sweep. Lozier carries it there, but the Crestview Knights pulling up there, and it looks like they're going to stop him just short of the first down.
Just short of the first down, close enough that Coach Canning's going to have a decision to make. I know he's deep in his own territory, but your best defense might be your offense here, John, keeping the ball in possession. Don't give it to this Crestview team, but this is a tough decision right now. Does it look like they're going to go for it?
Well, here's what I think. If you don't go for it, you give them a short, or if you punt it, you're going to give them a longer field, but they've scored within like under a minute and 99 yards. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what do? You try to get the first down, which is what they're going to do here.
I support the decision wholeheartedly.
Gutsy call here on 4th down. Coach Kyle Koenig, he's going to go ahead and give the ball to Lozier. Lozier splits it in for the first down, and that's going to be a Lee's famous recipe first down and a nice pickup for the Spencerville Bearcats.
Great execution there. Backs to the wall. They needed that first down. They get it. Gives themselves a fresh set of downs. Great decision by the coaching staff. They would have been punting into this win, too.
That's right.
So a great call, and it works to their advantage.
I remember several years ago we were playing Delphus Jefferson, and the wind was so bad that they decided to kick off both halves just because it was so bad, and it hurt us field position-wise. So I love the call, not going against the wind and just keeping the ball on the ground. Grady Smith drops down on first down. He's going to throw a pass. He finds Nate Coulter, gets out of bounds, and that's a nice pass play. I think it's the first completion for the Bearcats tonight.
First completion. They haven't thrown the ball that much. They do complete the ball at a 61% clip. Of course, that's Carter Orr usually back there throwing it. But as you said, Dylan Smith, or Grady Smith, he's got experience back there. He had a nice tight spiral right there. They complete it, 2nd down and 9, a 1-yard gain.
I know going into the season, the Grady Smith and Carter Orr kind of battling for that position. Grady Smith sharing time at receiver now, but he's got experience at quarterback. 2nd and 9. Smith tosses it to Lozier. Lozier making a good move, but the defense, Crestview Knight defense, boy, I'm just so impressed by them.
Yeah, that defensive line, they're able to get off the blocks, and the linebackers are penetrating up through there, just doing a nice job. It's a situation where there's no gain, and Spencerville definitely behind the sticks right now on this particular set of downs.
And Klein, Martin, and Penix, guys that you've heard on offense, they're doing a great job defensively. I'm not taking anything away from them, but this defensive line of Crestview, I'm just so impressed by them and what they're doing. 3rd down, long for the Bearcats. Grady Smith drops back. He's looking for Nate Coulter. Ball's tipped. Coulter goes back for it. Nice coverage by Kellen Putman, and the Bearcats are now in 4th and long situation.
We see it on the Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Yeah, just comes up short again, fighting to throw the ball into the teeth of that wind, and Spencerville definitely in a situation now they've got to punt the ball away.
Yeah, no doubt. Long situation, 4th and 11 from their 38, punting into the wind. Nate Coulter coming in to punt. Carter Orr is the typical punter, the normal punter for the Bearcats, but now with the injury, Coulter will come in and punt. Looks like they're trying to shuffle some guys in too, maybe moving guys around. And believe me, I've been there trying to get the backups in. It is tough, especially this late in the season. Nice snap by the Bearcats. Coulter, low kick on the ground. It's going to get a Crestview roll here, and they're going to get great field position for the Knights.
So the high-octane Crestview offense, it's going to come back out on the field, and I know Coach Harding would love to deliver somewhat of a knockout punch right here with this drive midway through the third quarter.
And you got the wind. I mean, you've got Spencerville, that first drive out of the way. I think, you're probably going to see more of the same. I'm just been impressed with this offense and Coach Harding and how he's really got them up and down the field. And we've had to, get oxygen before they start. So let's breathe up here before we get going here.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're my age, you just need oxygen regardless. But there goes Braxton Leith.
Leith is going to break a big one here. Nice break. He's going to cut it back, and I don't think he's going to be caught. Wow. Braxton Leith gets the Leland and Smith touchdown. Leland Smith Insurance touchdown, and that is the jolt that the Knights needed coming right out of halftime, and that might be a great play to start. But, Dave, I do see a flag on the field.
Okay.
All that excitement, and it looks like it might be coming back. Okay. They're going to Okay, well, that's the best flag you would want all along. That's a sideline warning, as you can see it on the Layfeld Insurance, Industrial and Welding replay, and that is the best flag all night long where it's a sideline warning. I hate to see kids get a big play like that and then a flag come up, because what a great run by Braxton Leith.
Yeah, it's part of the game, but you're right. It's deflating a little bit when it does occur, but the Leland Smith Insurance touchdown, it's a one-play drive for Crestview, 58-yard run. We talked about a key for Spencerville. Don't allow the long bomb to occur, either the run or the pass. That time Crestview executes it. Braxton Leith with the TD.
So Hayden Parrott's going to add on to that, and that's going to push this Laudex Jewelry scoreboard for the Crestview Knights to 28-0 over the Spencerville Bearcats. And, boy, what a lead for Cole Harding and his crew. We're going to keep it here. We're still in the third quarter, but we got more action for you on WOSN. It's the Crestview Knights 28. It's the Spencerville Bearcats 0 on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan for your financial future. You can call Metzger Services 419-225-6067, or you can visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. John Zerbe and Dave Bowen here in a up-tempo game. And, it's a rivalry game. It's a fun game. It's really a hard-hitting game, but it's a lopsided score right now for the Crestview Knights. They will kick off here, and the ball, nice kick by Hayden Parrott. It's going to go through the legs of the Spencerville returner. That's Dylan Short, and boy, he tries to return it, and Crestview's going to have fantastic field position here in the third quarter.
Fantastic field position. Spencerville's got to go down a long field, unfortunately. Right now, if you're the Bearcats, you are facing a lot of challenges, a lot of adversity. Your quarterback's out. You're down 28-0. This is where you've got to show character, mental toughness, grit, and determination. In some ways, this is really what high school sports are about and football is about. How do you handle it when the chips are down? And I expect nothing less but Spencerville to continue to chug and fight and do everything they can just to keep moving the ball forward.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats on their own 10-yard line. It's Grady Smith under center. He's going to give the ball to Carter Lehman. Lehman right up the middle. The Knights get a good stop there. Some positive yardage for the Bearcats, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And, Dave, you did talk about that, and I think that's such a great point that, this is really a metaphor for life. Sometimes you go through life, you have tough opportunities, you have tough things that happen to you, but this is what sports does to you. It teaches you to rise up in tough situations.
Yeah, you got to circle the wagons right now, look at each other in the eye and say, okay, we're just going to keep doing what we do and do it better. Just keep fighting, keep digging, look at each other, be there, a band of brothers, and again, a small gain right there, and let's see what they do on 2nd down.
So it's 2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. Under center is Grady Smith. The I formation, he's going to go right back to Lozier. And, boy, what a big stop by the Knights. And they're just kind of pinning their ears back, and they're just coming.
That's a great way of putting it. We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Crestview senses, again, the number 1 quarterback's not in there. Yeah, Grady can throw the ball, but that's not his bread and butter either. So pin the ears back, and let's attack the ball carrier, make it tough on the Bearcats right now. And again, Spencerville in a 3rd and long situation here, deep in their own territory. Let's see what they can do, John.
I think Zayden Martin heard me talking about the line so much because he came up and made an awesome play. I've been talking, bragging up this defensive line, and he came from an awesome linebacker position and made a big play. 3rd and 10 from the 10-yard line. It's Grady Smith. Gets it out to Will Sensabaugh. I haven't heard that name a lot. The freshman gets out and picks up nice yardage. Not enough for the first down, but good enough to move the sticks here. Now a big 4th down decision for Coach Kyle Koenig.
I think he's going to bring in the punt team. But you're right. We haven't heard Will Sensabaugh's name that much. As a freshman, he's really had an impact for his team and in the Northwest Conference this year. Leads the Spencerville squad with 32 receptions, 269 yards as a receiver, averages 8 yards per catch, and has 2 TDs. Great freshman year.
And that's a name you'll probably hear a lot, not only on the football field, but on the basketball court this winter as well. Nate Coulter in position. And, boy, Crestview's going to get a block. And now they get the block, and they get the ball inside the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone. What a change of possession for the Knights.
Crestview able to penetrate that line of scrimmage and come through and block that one. They'll have it in the red zone. Our red zone sponsor, Matt's Heating and Cooling. It'll be 1st and goal for Crestview from the 3-yard line.
I think it was Connor Sheets. I didn't – my eyes are starting to fail me as I get older, Dave. I'm going to give him credit anyway, but, boy, he came through, got excited. Now it's Bryson Penix inside the red zone. He gives it to Leith, and Leith, boy, there he goes. And that is going to really push this score on the Leland Smith touchdown. It's Braxton Leith. He is racking up the yards and racking up the touchdowns tonight.
He's touched the ball twice in the second half, and I believe he has scored on both opportunities. That's a good average, isn't it?
That's pretty good. I think that's a pretty good eye by you, too, to recognize that. Braxton Leith making an impact tonight, and I feel like he's just getting stronger. I mean, he's starting to feel it, and you can start to see his confidence really grow.
He's a good-looking sophomore for this Crestview football team.
Hayden Parrott, he's going to add to the score as he pushes this lead on the Loudix Jewelry scoreboard. The Crestview Knights in total domination, really pushing the score, and now their lead 35-0 over the Spencerville Bearcats. We'll come back for more third quarter action on WOSN. I'd like to thank our touchdown sponsor tonight, Leland Smith Insurance Services. You can call us first for all of your insurance need. That's Leland Smith Insurance Services. And we're here at Crestview Knights Field. It's John Zerby, it's Dave Bowen, and we've seen just a charade of impressiveness by these Crestview Knights tonight. They have a commanding lead on the Loudix Jewelry scoreboard, 35-0 over the Spencerville Bearcats.
Yeah, I had the chance to talk to Coach Harding this week, and there's no way he thought that this game was going to play out like it is right now. He was prepared for a tough, hard-nosed game. That's what this rivalry usually brings. It's just one of those situations where it's worked Crestview's way here tonight, and it's the proverbial snowball going down the hill. Spencerville can't stop it.
And this game has tons of playoff implications, Dave. I mean, we're looking at Crestview, we're looking even at Spencerville. What is Crestview's playoff situation right now?
Well, they're at 5-3. They are sitting 18th in Division 7, Region 26. That's out. There are 4 teams that are not in the top 16 in Division 7, Region 26 with winning records. So there's got to be a lot of things happen. First of all, you got to take care of your own business. And then secondly, you got to hope that you get some points. Crestview playing a Division 5 team tonight in Spencerville helps them. But, again, you got to take care of your own business and go from there.
So they are taking care of their own business tonight with this commanding 35-0 lead. That is Zach Lozier getting the carry. Spencerville off tackle sweep on their first play, which leads us to 2nd and 5. And, you know, we've talked a little bit about Crestview in this situation. Winning record really on the upswing. But, you know, like you said, such a tough region to be in that they're in this position now where they're playing this Spencerville team, going to get a lot of points tonight, and then they got a big Lipsick game. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on Spencerville holding. It's going to back them up. That's going to push it to a big first down yardage here. But a big game against Lipsick next week has even more implications now.
It does, and that's what you want in high school football going into Week 10, and it's very important. May not have an implication for the league standings as Grove and Bluffton, again, have put their mark on the league this year. But, yeah, getting into the playoffs, getting a good seed. It's going to be a big game for both Leipzig and Crestview next Friday night.
So Grady Smith out of the shotgun, gives it to Zach Lozier. Lozier gets some of that yardage back. He won't get all of it back, but he'll get some of it back, and now that puts that Spencerville offense really in a predicament that they don't want to be in. Dave Bowen talked earlier in the game about ground and pound, and now they're forced to open it up a little bit and try to get these yardage. I love the effort there by Connor Sheets making a big play in the backfield, but Spencerville now second and long.
Yeah, but Zach Lozier, I like his style. We talked about grit and determination. The sophomore, we talked about Braxton Leith being a sophomore. Zach Lozier, he's holding his end of the bargain as far as that grade level for Spencerville. Really, really running hard tonight.
2nd and 13. This is Carter Lehman, one of the few seniors on this Spencerville team, and he's really having a hard time getting any yardage because in that backfield is the Crestview Knights defensive line doing an awesome job, and now it's 3rd and long for the Spencerville Bearcats.
Yeah, this whole third quarter has been played deep in Spencerville territory, and unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to do much going into the wind as well with the passing game, and the Crestview defense has stacked things up at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long, a big play for the Bearcats.
That was Aiden Martin getting in on that opportunity there, number 53. Nice tackle. 3rd and long, Grady Smith in the shotgun. Zach Lozier, his single back. He's back, dropping back, looking across the middle for Nate Coulter. Nice catch. No, not Nate Coulter, excuse me. Nice catch there by the Bearcats, and that would be Will Sensible. We talked about him just a little bit ago, and finally Will Sensible getting an opportunity, making a great catch and good yardage.
Yeah, right up the middle. The Crestview defense, sort of in a prevent defense situation, leaves the middle open, and I think that was number 21, Kyle Heckman, who may have caught that. And a great catch for him, a great play for the Spencerville offense, getting out from deep in their own territory. That opens up the playbook a little bit here now, John, and let's see if they can continue to execute on this drive.
A nice gain for the Bearcats, and Smith will be under center once again. I formation. Zach Lozier getting the carry here. I like his shiftiness, but boy, there again, that defensive line for the Crestview Knights. And now we got some different guys getting in there. That time for the Crestview Knights getting an opportunity is Nathaniel Fremont. Wow.
Yeah, Nate Fremont steps in there and attacks the ball carrier, just what you want to see if you're a Crestview coach and especially defensive coordinator Jake Harmon. You want to always look to continue to expand your depth, and Crestview's doing that right now, as you said, on the defensive line.
2nd and 9 from the 43-yard line. About a minute to go here. Grady Smith looking. He's got a receiver. That's Will Sensible. Sensible is going to be gang tackled, and they're going to call him down. Not much yardage gain there, and that's going to bring up a big 3rd down for the Bearcats.
Yeah, big 3rd down. Again, I don't think they have to get it all right here, but you got to get a healthy chunk to make 4th down manageable.
So Grady Smith, I've been impressed so far. He's coming in, tough situation, really a pesty Knights defense, and he's had some poison, throwing a couple nice balls here. 3rd and 9 for the Bearcats from their own 43. Grady Smith back in the shotgun. Nate Coulter here to the near side. Looking at the receiver position, Smith fakes it in the backfield. He's going to throw. Tons of pressure by the Knights, and boy, that's going to be an incomplete pass, and Grady Smith met Bo Eggleston one-on-one there. I mean, it was...
Yeah, Bo Eggleston did a twist from the defensive end position, comes up through the middle, and as you said, put the pressure on. Grady did a good job of getting rid of it, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. It's going to bring up 4th and long. I think Spencerville's going to punt, but Crestview's taking a timeout.
Yeah, tonight's timeout sponsor is brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, and we are so appreciative of them, of their sponsorship of our game tonight. We're going to take a timeout as well here in the 3rd quarter. Right before the end of the 3rd quarter, it's Crestview 35, it's Spencerville 0 on WOSN. Tonight's instant replay sponsor is Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies with locations in Coldwater and Greenville. Once again, tonight's instant replay sponsor, Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies. We appreciate their sponsorship. We also appreciate your viewership. John Zerby, Dave Bowen. 2 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter as we just had that Metzger Financial Services timeout. And now the Bearcats, the Spencerville Bearcats, with a big 4th and 9 situation here, gets the timeout. Going to talk about it a little bit, and maybe a big call here for the Bearcats.
I think that had to be a personnel timeout for Crestview because, the clock was going to run out, but I don't think they had who they needed out on the field for this punt.
interesting because they're receiving against the wind, so it would have been, you know,
And
I
that might
like
have
the
been
call.
what, yeah,
Maybe.
maybe make them punt into the wind. I bet that's what the call was. Great coaching. Strategy.
Well, I don't know if it worked because that's our quarter. And so maybe it just got a hold of them there, and none of that strategy went out the window. But I do know this. On the Laudex Jewelry scoreboard, it's Crestview in full command over Spencerville, 35-0. Laudex Jewelry, your family-owned and operated jeweler for over 70 years. You can visit them at 1244 Shannon Street in Van Wert. Nice punt by the Spencerville Bearcats with the win, and now we're going to get a return by the Crestview Knights. Nice looking return here for the Knights. Unexpected there. Thought it was going to pin them down inside, but nice return for the Knights.
Isaiah Barton takes that ball off the bounce and advances it forward. It's going to be Crestview first down on their own 30-ish yard line.
And so you mentioned something in the third quarter, Dave. You said that it's a great time, a great opportunity to get some new faces in the game, some exposure. You know, we talked about the playoffs just a few moments ago. Tell the audience here, how important is it in these type of games to get young, fresh faces in the game?
Absolutely. You want to build that depth. You never know when that's going to need to be called upon, and you get yourself into the playoff situation. You want that depth. You want your guys fresh. And, again, you may have a key injury, and you got to have that guy that's on the depth chart at the second level or the third level ready to roll. We've seen that where Crestview in the first half, they ran 3 running backs out there that first half. That's something they haven't done this year. They have not done that, but it was on full display in the first half. Now, the second half, we've seen Braxton Leith take the ball and head to the house a couple of times. But both teams want to develop that depth, and we've talked about Spencerville and the situation with them. Working on that depth too and possibly being in the playoffs, so we want to talk about that, but we got a penalty on the field.
And it's going to be on the Spencerville Bearcats. Look like a block below the waist, and they're going to tack that on here. And so we don't have official statistics in front of us, Dave, but I don't think Crestview ran hardly any plays that third quarter. Every time they touched the ball, they scored.
Yeah, and it's going to be a situation here tonight where the running game, the running yard or the rushing yards are going to be higher than the passing yards. Now, the winds had something to do with that, but we have seen that Crestview likes to throw the ball, but they've been so effective with the ground game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. And so this offense, this high-octane offense led by Bryson Penix is going to go ahead and take the field here in the fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the Crestview 46. It's Leith. Leith getting more opportunities, rumbling and getting yardage. Nice first down gain.
Nice first down gain, but a nice tackle there by Javier Franco. We see it on the Layfield Industrial and Welding Supplies replay. Franco gets him at the legs and hangs on, and then gets some help from teammates, makes it 2nd down and 8.
And so, you know, whenever you get above 30-point differential in Ohio, they have the running clock, which is what we're doing. Dave, what are your opinion on the running clock? I know we see it in football, we see it in basketball too. Rarely in basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
Initially, again, I was old school, didn't like the change because, again, you're trying to develop that depth, and if the clock's running, you don't get a chance.
Nice pitch and catch by Bryson Penix. Gets the ball out there. Looks like it's Hunter Jones getting that catch and making a nice gain. And boy, I'll tell you what, he's got some speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna again.
Actually, Kellen Putman looked
exactly.
like. Okay,
we could not see it, but on our replay, we could. Kellen Putman with the gain. So, again, getting back to that running clock as Crestview runs their high-octane offense, and Leith going around the right side, taken down. Initially, I didn't like it because you want to get guys reps. You want to get them varsity exposure. But over time, I think it's been good for high school sports in general to keep the score from just becoming that much more lopsided. Let's get the game moving along. And, yeah, we need to teach the kids, but we can teach them in other formats, other areas, other venues, practice, JV games, things of that nature. So I do like the running clock.
Very good. Leith once again will get a carry off to the left side. He'll break a tackle. Nice move there. He's going to go down here. The Bearcats swarm him. Looks like he's going to get another Lee's Chicken first down. And nice running by Braxton Leith. He has just absolutely impressed me tonight.
Nice running, and then we see Evan Walls pull on the line and get a nice kick-out block, and Leith reads it well and goes right behind him. A great replay from our camera crew.
So that brings first down. They are inside the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone on the Lee's Famous Recipe 1st and 10 right here. And the Crestview Knights, they are just relentless. They haven't let up at all. Bryson Penix leading this offense 1st and 10 from the 18. Still in the shotgun, still giving it to Braxton Leith. Leith breaks a tackle, almost breaks another tackle, but the Bearcats do a nice job of getting to the football and stopping.
Yeah, great defensive stand right there by the Bearcats as Leith takes the ball, looks to go right behind the center. Spencerville, there's all those hats tackling Leith. Nicely done.
So that brings up 2nd and 8 inside this Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone. Bryson Penix looking to the sideline, looking to get a call here, looking to see what he can do to maybe get this Knights offense in the end zone at least one more time before the clock runs out. It's Leith once again. Braxton Leith, just a wrecking ball.
Yeah, nice stutter step there. Looked for a hole, so we see it on the Layfeld Industrial and Welding Supplies replay right there. Sees that. Okay, where's the hole? There it is. I'm going. And does a nice job to make it 3rd and manageable for Crestview.
Well, you talked about Braxton Leith being a sophomore. He does not play like a sophomore. I mean, he is showing some maturity out there tonight. But you talked about getting young guys on the field. I always felt like at this time of the season, your sophomores really are like juniors almost. Your juniors are like seniors. You need them to have that experience and get that experience now.
Yeah, and Spencerville's roster, as you said, very few seniors. I believe 2 on the roster as Leith takes it around the right side. As you said during the broadcast as well, John, nothing but positives for Spencerville right now and looking at the future. They're going to come back with a lot of returning lettermen, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with come into next season.
One of those returning lettermen, Trevor Whitney, making the tackle there. Only a junior doing a good job. But the Crestview Knights, man, they're knocking on the door, and that's a Lee's Famous Recipe 1st down inside the Matt's Heating and Cooling red zone. And, boy, 1st and goal for the Crestview Knights. Bryson Penix in the shotgun. Braxton Leith gets the ball, makes another great move, breaks another tackle, spin move. Looks like he almost got in the end zone, but he's going to be just a little short.
Crestview again. The run, dominating their offensive philosophy this evening. Keeping it on the ground. And with this lead, again, it gets back to when you throw the ball, 3 things can happen. 2 of them are bad. I don't think that's Coach Harding's philosophy overall, but I know it's not. But right now, it's working.
Penix gives it to Leith. Leith loses his footing, gets his balance back, but he gets back in the end zone. And what a fantastic play for the Leland Smith touchdown. Braxton Leith, he's been the man. We'd have a Stolly Insurance Hustle Award here at the end of the game, Dave, and Braxton Leith making his case.
He's making his case, and he's also letting his fellow teammates know that he shared the wealth with at running back in the first half. I'm going to run hard because I want to be in this game, and he has had a great second half. 54-yard drive for Crestview to put up another touchdown.
Leland Smith touchdown. That's Braxton Leith, and that allows Hayden Parrott another opportunity for the extra point to push this lead to potentially 42 points for the Crestview Knights as the clock ticks. And Hayden Parrott's done a nice job getting those extra points tonight. So the Crestview Knights, boy, they are dominating on the Lodex Jewelry scoreboard. They are in full command of this Northwest Conference showdown tonight. It's the Crestview Knights 42, and it's the Spencerville Bearcats 0. We're in the 4th quarter, and we're going to come back right here on WOSN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Walpock, Delphus, and St. Mary's. You can call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. John Zerby, Dave Bowen, we've been talking about the opportunity of Crestview making the playoffs, but here's the crazy thing. Spencerville down big in this game. They have a tremendous opportunity to make a little playoff push here, too.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned a little bit during that last drive by Crestview that the future is bright for Spencerville, but hey, not so fast, my friend. Quoting Lee Corso, they are looking at the playoffs right now. They are currently 13th in Division 5, Region 18, and even with this loss, they may stay in the top 16. They have their rivalry game next week with the Jeff Cats, always a tradition-rich game.
Absolutely.
We talk about Crestview-Spencerville rivalry. Spencerville-Jefferson, that's the rivalry.
That's right.
Historically and traditionally in the conference. they get that win, they're looking at playoff action right here in 2023.
And that's so it's crazy, to think of that, they take 16 teams now, up from 8 several years ago, and it gives teams like Spencerville an opportunity to make the playoffs. A team last year that won 1 game, they're probably going to finish this season. Obviously, they've won 3 so far. It's going to be a big improvement, but even getting that playoff opportunity for some of these kids, a special moment for any kid that gets to play in the playoffs.
Special moment. You always like it for your seniors, but again, with a team like Spencerville that only has a couple of seniors, these kids are going to get that experience, and then they're going to have the pads on next year for the Bearcats. Again, just Coach Canning working on building and reestablishing that tradition and that goal of making the playoffs every year if you're a Spencerville Bearcat.
So the Bearcats will get it 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line. They've got some new faces in there. That's Reggie Jones getting the opportunity to get a carry. Austin McMichael in at quarterback and getting some fresh faces, some young faces. Like you said, they got a young team, so now it's a great opportunity to get some young faces in there.
Yeah, we're seeing it both ways. I do think, when Crestview scored that last touchdown, you're seeing the predominance of JV players for both teams, and they're going to come right back tomorrow and mix it up at Spencerville at 10 a.m. So they'll get to know each other here in the last 5 minutes with this running clock, and 10 o'clock tomorrow they'll show up and do it all over again.
They'll be running the NWC cross-country meet right beside it as well, so it'll be a lot of fun in Spencerville as these two teams mix it up. Yep. Austin McMichael gives it to Reggie Jones on the sweep. Reggie Jones turns the corner. Decent yardage, but I like the pursuit of the Crestview Nice. Like you said, some new faces in there. Looks like Braxton Couts getting in there and doing something good at the defensive back position.
Yeah, Martin penetrated again defensively, pushed that ball, pushed the running back deep again, and as you said, Couts comes over and cleans it up.
So it's 3rd and 9 from the Spencerville 31. The Bearcats, primarily some young guys getting an awesome opportunity to play under the lights in front of the fans and getting some well-earned opportunities. A lot of times these JV guys get beat on all week long. They're the backups and the Crestviews for the Spencervilles and the Spencervilles for the Crestviews. It's always fun to see the young guys get a chance.
Most definitely. Under the Friday night lights, and then not ready for primetime players, they want to make a case and say, hey, we might be a little closer than you think, Coach. We'll show some hustle.
I love that play by Nate Fremoth. He's getting in there, and it doesn't matter if they're up 42-0 with 3 minutes to go. He is excited and pumped up and forcing this Spencerville team to turn the ball over on downs and punt the ball. Spencerville gets their punt team with 4th and 9 from the 31, and they're going to turn the back over to the Crestview Knights. So we're going to see the young Crestview Knight offense here soon. Nate Coulter gets the punt off just barely, and that's going to be a fortunate bounce for the Bearcats, putting the ball at about midfield, and now we get to see some young Crestview Knights take the field and continue this high explosive offense of the Crestview Knights.
Yeah, again, we looked at the keys that we talked about before the game started, John, and Crestview, they've stayed disciplined on defense. They've really limited the Spencerville ground attack. They found and reestablished their rhythm on offense, which then push them into the end zone. Spencerville, they're going to take a lot of things away from this game. They haven't seen this high-tempo offense. They may see a team like that come playoff time. So that's going to help them and prepare them for that possibility, and they'll learn from it. That coaching staff, they'll get them in the film room, and they will grow from this situation tonight. And, again, you'd never know. Even in a situation where the score is lopsided like this, you never know what you're going to be able to take from a game and use it to your advantage down the road, so you want to be prepared to do that.
And looking at playoff, opportunities, I love looking at the projections. I like numbers. Spencerville looking at potentially a Liberty Center or an Archbold. Those are fun teams to play, especially northern teams. You think, well, those are good teams, but that's a fun opportunity for Spencerville, especially a young team to get that kind of experience. Crestview, first down, a least famous recipe first down. We got some new faces out here, Mr. Bowen, and you know these faces probably a lot better than I do. And tell us a little bit about some of these young guys getting the opportunity to play on the field.
Hayden Waltmeyer takes it right across the nighthead at midfield. Waltmeyer, a freshman for Crestview, getting some Friday night action. Does a nice job on that carry.
And that's going to be a Lee's famous recipe first down. It looks like at quarterback now for the Knights is number 12, Huxley Gross. doing a nice job of making the signals and making the plays. They're going to have a first down here, 1st and 10. Another carry, giving the ball to Hayden Haltmeyer, and wow, he breaks the corner there. Nice carry. Austin McMichael gets the tackle for the Bearcats.
Yeah, nice run around the right side. Again, the offensive line creating the hole, sealing off the Spencerville defense, and then Waltmeyer, he does a nice job of breaking a tackle there at the line of scrimmage, and then great pursuit by the Bearcats, forcing him out of bounds, but not until he gets another Lee's famous recipe, first down.
I liked seeing the young Crestview linemen running down the field, blocking. I mean, to me, that's the hardest thing, is to get young guys to block to the whistle, and I just seen young Crestview linemen running down the field blocking. Impressive stuff. So that brings up the Lee's famous recipe, first down, just like Mr. Bowen told us. 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 30, and it's going to be another handoff inside here. Nice play by the Knights. They're going to get a good gain. McMichael makes another tackle, and looks like trying to get a number here. We don't think we have a 35 on the roster, but maybe Mr. Bowen's guess would be as good as anybody.
I don't think I want to guess.
Okay, well, you might hear about this Monday morning then.
Exactly. But back-to-back tackles, I will say that, by number 28 for the Bearcats, one Austin McMichael.
And they've got Hayden Waltmeyer back in the backfield. It makes life easy for us announcers who can't see and sometimes can't read either. I know I'm guilty of that.
I got it. It's Ethan Lukenbill.
Nice. There you go.
The junior.
Nice. Waltmeyer gets the carry, but the clock's going to move, and that's probably going to be all that she wrote, because that's going to run out this clock here on the Laudex Jewelry scoreboard. And as the clock ticks and we see our last Layfeld replay, it's the Crestview Knights walking away in here on Crestview Knights field with a big win and a big momentum shift. They're going to move their record now to 6-3 overall. So we're going to come back with a post-game show. We've got a Stolly Hustle Award winner, Mr. Bowen. We've got some really good candidates. I think I've got one or two in mind, but we're going to talk about that here in just a few moments. The final score on the Laudex Jewelry scoreboard, Crestview Knights 42, Spencerville Bearcats 0. We'll see you back here in a few. Back here at Crestview Knights Field, it's John Zerby, it's Dave Bowen. It's been the Crestview Knights with the big win tonight over the Spencerville Bearcats, 42-0. The Stolly Hustle Award, we'd like to award that tonight. Mr. Dave Bowen, talk about our Stolly Hustle Award winner.
Well, our Stolly Hustle Insurance Group winner tonight, Crestview, they want balance. They want balance with the passing game and the running game. But there was a young man for Crestview tonight that said, just keep handing me the leather, because I'm going to run with it. I've got an offensive line that's dominating, and that young man is number 32, the sophomore, the 5'11", 165-pound sophomore for Crestview, Braxton Leith. Great game for the Knights, and it just became a situation where Coach Harding could do nothing but give him the ball, because he earned the opportunity, and he made do on that opportunity.
Well, and what an incredible game tonight for the Knights, and I tried to make that a suspenseful lead-up, but there was no suspense. I mean, Braxton Leith had an incredible game. We look at Crestview, they go to 6-3. They got a big game home with Lipsick next week, and then the Spencerville Bearcats will finish out their season next week with a home game against Delphus Jefferson. Kind of sum up tonight's game and what that means for the future.
Well, again, I think both teams and both programs felt that this game was going to be a much closer contest than it turned out being. It just was a situation where Crestview got things rolling, and it was like a bulldozer coming at Spencerville. They just couldn't stop. It's one of those nights. It happens once in a while in high school football. Happens in high school basketball too. I'm thinking about when I'm coaching, and that happens sometimes. But at any rate, John, both of these programs, they're going to be able to take some positives from this game to build on going into Week 10. Again, Spencerville, big rivalry game with Jefferson. It always is, and they're going to put themselves in a position through a great week of practice to go and win that game against the Jefferson Wildcats. Crestview, Lipsick, again, the last game in the league for the Lipsick Vikings, Week 10. I think this Crestview coaching staff and these players would like to send them out of the league with a loss, but they're going to have to really prepare, because that Lipsick team, they're 7-2, I believe, going into, well, I think 6-2 going into tonight's contest, Week 9. It's going to be a good game next week. We'll see how it plays out.
Very well said. We want to thank our crew tonight. Did such a great job. Kelsey Beimer, Derek Henry on camera, and our directors, Wayne Getz, Jennifer Beck. Really appreciate you guys. And really want to thank Austin Fleming and his whole staff. It's been an incredible game tonight. And the final score for our game here in Crestview is the Crestview Knights 42, the Spencerville Bearcats 0. For John Zerby and Dave Bowen, this is WSN saying so long, everyone.